Well, hi again, everybody, and welcome back to another edition of the Matt Report, brought to you by the Cobos Insurance Center and, of course, Century 21 Deanna Family Realty. Tim Elkhorn with AM 930 WEOL, joined as always on the set by Sean Bennett from the Chronicle Telegram. And Sean, as we were chatting before we got rolling here, we've got several topics to cover and a lot to talk about this week.
Yeah, again, last weekend had 3 events going, multiple teams at each event, so good thing that we have plenty of guys in action to talk about. Next weekend, a huge weekend, a lot of big events, lots of events. I think just about everybody in the county is going to be in action. So some big events midweek, really great things to talk about.
It's interesting. I know on the radio side of things with the weekly wrestling recap, we've talked about that month of January. You look to improve on what you were doing in December and at the same time kind of build toward the month of February with tournament time around the corner.
Yeah, a lot of teams are tweaking what they learned from early tournaments, getting ready to ramp up because state duels and postseason are around the corner, conference tournaments. What's really good right about this time period is you're in the thick of conference dual meets. So a lot of times that's where your big matchups are. This week on Thursday, Avon and Berea Mid-Park, which are the top 2 teams in the Southwestern Conference, are meeting for a fun afternoon duel. It's called Duel in the School at 1 p.m. So
cool.
that'll be
Duel in the School is cool. Yeah.
Yes. So they'll be basically deciding probably the regular season dual meet championship, which is in the SWC is worth half the overall championship. So that's going to be big.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. All right. Well, as always on the Matt Report, we like to talk about the top 3 performances from the previous week. So we'll start things off. Jeremiah McKee of Wellington, another freshman wrestler.
I know. We like I said, we had 2 last week. We kind of ended with the performances with 2 freshmen winning their actually 3 if you added in the 2 Elyria had 2 freshmen. This one, Jeremiah McKee from Wellington, another freshman, wins his first high school tournament championship, which is excellent. And Jeremiah went 5-0 with 3 pins and a major decision to win the 120-pound title at the Husky Invitational at Northwestern. That's obviously big because of the fact that he came into the season kind of state ranked. He was a junior high state placer, had a rough start to the season, kind of had several losses that I think he would have liked to have been more competitive at the Cobos Insurance Classic to start. Has been kind of rebounding, building some momentum, and obviously it's paid off with a big performance last weekend.
Now, a young man who's been wrestling since he was a freshman. He's no longer a freshman. Peyton Bergdorf over at Firelands. He went 5-1 with 3 pins and a major decision to finish 3rd at the Perrysburg Invitational. Unfortunately, he suffered his first loss of the year, but he avenged that loss.
Yeah, obviously lost a 1-0 decision to Centerville's Damian Ryan, who is definitely a good wrestler. He's ranked number 6th in the state in Division I. Wrestled all the way back into the 3rd place match and then beat Ryan 3-0 to avenge that loss. So big for him. He's obviously been big for us. I think he's kind of leading the way since we started this year's Matt Report. This is his 3rd appearance on the top 3 performances. So no surprise, Peyton Bergdorf coming up big.
One of the best wrestlers as far as Lorain County and obviously northeastern Ohio is concerned. And then a wrestler from Lorain, Xavier Santiago.
Yeah, Xavier Santiago, not really a well-known name. He's down there at the low weight for them, 106 pounds, sophomore. Went 3-2 this weekend, also at the Perrysburg Invitational. Had a pin and 2 major decisions of his 3 wins. Ends up finishing 4th there, but it's only 2 losses. Pretty big names. Delta's Zach Martin, who's ranked number 2 in the state in Division III. He lost 2 in the semifinals. Wrestled back to get into a placement match and ended up losing to Oak Harbor's Michael Judge, who's ranked number 18 in the state in Division III in the 3rd place match. So not a bad showing that your only 2 losses are 2 state-ranked guys, and you end up going in and having a winning record and getting a placement in such a prestigious event.
Yeah, absolutely. So congratulations, Jeremiah McKee, Peyton Bergdorf, and Xavier Santiago of Wellington, Firelands, and Lorain, respectively, top 3 performances of the week. Now, one of the things that we love to do during the Matt Report each and every week is bring you my favorite move. It's brought to you by Century 21, Deanna Family Realty. And this week, you were over at the Clearview Gym.
Yeah, went in there and got to talk to one of their senior leaders, Angel Beauchamp. He wanted to kind of show what is kind of what I consider a staple in wrestling. A lot of wrestlers learn this move early, and if they do it well, a lot of them kind of abandon it because sometimes they just can't get it. But if they do it well, it's a slick move. It's always something that kind of gets you good points, get you get you going as far as your match goes. So something that I see a lot of wrestlers doing. I like it a lot. It's the fireman's carries.
All right, so the fireman's carry is my favorite move, and again, Angel Beauchamp of Clearview. So let's take a look.
Hello, I'm Angel Beauchamp. I'm a senior from Clearview High School, and today I'm going to be showing you guys how to do my favorite move, which is the fireman's carry. So now I'm going to show you guys a step-by-step to how to successfully hit the fireman's carry. The first thing you want is your right foot forward. Then you want to get in control deep. You're going to want to have head control so he won't be able to defend the move. You're going to want to take your left hand and cup it right under the armpit. And you're going to want to tweak it down. It's called a push-pull. You're going to push it down and pull him. Then this is going to trigger him to kind of fire back, which is where I would jump in, hold this arm deep, and slide both feet in. And that is how you hit the fireman.
So as you were saying, Sean, that's become a real staple move as far as young guys out on the mats.
Yeah, and you can see how slick it looks when he was doing it in real time. And great, probably as far as all of our favorite moves go, segments go, probably one of the most articulate.
Yeah.
He definitely went through those steps real nice. I kind of, said on the way out to their coach that he might be a coach, have coaching in his future, and he kind of looked at me and said, he's going to be like an engineer or something, some other high level, way above my head type of degree. So he's probably going to be, off making the big bucks somewhere, and but really a very smart guy there, and Angel Beauchamp knows what he's doing.
Absolutely, Angel, very articulate, very well spoken. He explained that very, very well. So good job, Angel Beauchamp. All right, let's talk about our spotlight on coaching. Each and every week here on the Matt Report, we like to put a local coach in the spotlight per se. This week it's going to be Jeremy Johnson, the head wrestling coach over at Avon.
Yeah, kind of odd. I actually Jeremy Johnson was still a wrestler when I was I was covering.
I can relate.
So it's kind of weird to talk about him as a wrestler. Now we're talking about him as a coach, but let's go through some of his questionnaire items. His competitor highlights, he was the 2009 state champion while at Brecksville. He was a Fargo national champion. We always talk about guys went out to go to Fargo and placing. He went there and won it all, which is a rare feat. He was a two-time NCAA All-American while at Ohio University in 2011 and 2014. So that's a pretty, just some great accomplishments during his wrestling career. His top coaching accomplishment, he was an assistant coach at Virginia Tech, and the Hokies placed top 10 in the NCAA tournament while he was there. Real nice finish there. His top coaching memories, he coached Ty Waltz, who was a wrestler at St. Edward in Lakewood, who also went on then to Virginia Tech to an All-American finish at the NCAA tournament. He also got Jack Resch, who is their current senior heavyweight, to the state tournament last week, qualified to the state tournament. So he includes those as his top coaching memories. Coaches who have influenced him, Todd Haverdell, Brecksville's a longtime coach, Joel Greenlee, his coach at Ohio University, and Eric Burnett from Elyria. He considers the most important intangible in a wrestler mental toughness. The toughest part of the job as far as coaching is organizing. His favorite college program, Ohio University, not Ohio State, Ohio University. Favorite high school tournament is the Walsh Jesuit Ironman. His toughest opponent is Berea Mid-Park, and surprise, surprise, they're going to be facing in the duel in the school. And in his free time, he likes to travel.
Very cool. Avon's got a good one in Jeremy Johnson.
He's fantastic, up-and-coming coach, super passionate. He's got the credentials as a wrestler, and now he's building those credentials as a coach.
Very, very good. All right, it's time for weekly trivia. We always like to throw a few facts and figures out there as far as the Matt Report is concerned, and then Sean will give you a little bit of a teaser, one to think about trivia-wise. So what do you got racked up here today?
All right, well, the answer to last week's question, and you kind of learned it right away. We talked about the 50 states in the United States, and only one of them doesn't sanction high school wrestling. And that answer, the state that doesn't is Mississippi.
Wow.
So probably a lot of people Googled. Hopefully some knew that already. But Mississippi is the one and only state in the United States that does not sanction high school wrestling.
That's amazing.
Our trivia this week is going to kind of center around the state finals. As far as Lorain County schools go. So right now, out of all the Lorain County programs, we still have 7 Lorain County schools who are looking to get their first state championship. And those schools are Avon, Brookside, Clearview, Firelands, Keystone, Lorain, and North Ridgeville. And Lorain, obviously, as in Lorain Titans, because they've been the Admiral King, Admiral Southview Saints,
right.
Lorain Steelmen, the Southview and Lorain Steelmen both had state champions. Of those 7, 3 are still waiting to get their first wrestler into the state finals, and that's Brookside, Firelands, and Lorain. So hopefully, we're going to start crossing some of these schools off the list over the next few years. There are some good wrestlers coming in most of these programs, so there's some chances to kind of see some of these things happen. So we'll keep our eyes out. But as far as the finals go, Elyria, no surprise, leads the county in state champions with 20 and in state finalists with 33.
Think about that. 33 state finalists. Wow.
Yep, and 20 have got the job done and won the state championship. So this week's question, staying with this theme, is who is second to the Pioneers in state champions and in state finalists in the county?
In the county.
In the county. Who is second to the Pioneers in state champions and state finalists? And my hint for you is there are 3 teams involved in that answer.
Okay, you got my wheels turning again. I've got a team up there, but I don't want to blurt it out because then you're going to say, well, don't say that. So, all right. So, Elyria High, 20 state finalists.
No, 20
state champions. 20 state champions out of 33 state finalists, who is second to the Pioneers in state champions and state finalists. 3 teams involved in the answer. That's a good one. All right. We'll mull that over. And in the meantime, we'll wrap up this edition of the Matt Report, again, brought to you by the Cobos Insurance Center. And, of course, my favorite move is a feature of Century 21 Deanna Family Realty. Thanks to Bruce Bishop behind the camera. Sean Bennett, thanks to you. Biggest thanks goes to you, the viewers. We hope you enjoyed this week's edition. And until we talk again next week, so long, everybody.